For Tesla investors, maybe it's the worst time of their life. Now, Tesla went from superstar.
Tesla's just getting going. So as a long-term investment, I think it's a great investment, and all my clients own Tesla, and we're not changing that position in any way.
Elon Musk is running this company. He has given no indication that he will give up day-to-day control. He believes that he is the vision for the future of this company.
This would be a $1 trillion company at some point.
Yeah.
The question is when.
My idea is that in 10 years, this is going to be at least $1 trillion of revenues, and it's nowhere near ended at that point in time. There's a lot of growth opportunities from that point going forward.
To one of the biggest losers on Wall Street.
To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
Musk wrote in an email, "I will personally be at work, but that's just me." He said others can leave and stay home if they feel uncomfortable.
Tesla's Fremont, California plant is in one of the counties where they basically have not put a sheltered in place, but they've basically made it so that if you're not an essential business, people shouldn't be going there. Well, people were showing up at work today, so it appears that the plant is still open.
Well, I don't know. Of course, I think the stock could go lower. I mean, it's been such a great performer. But I think that those comparisons are ludicrous.
First time it hit 600 was 5 trading days ago. Okay, we're just giving back the insanity that we built up over the past couple of days.
As of this recording, since the latest highs in 18th of February until now, the stock lost about 58.82%. Now, this is one of the biggest losers on Wall Street right now, but this video will have an happy end. I promise you. Stay tuned. Let's dive in. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, and also leave a like for the YouTube algorithm, because myself was one of the few YouTubers out there, financial YouTubers, that saw the surge in Tesla coming. Since the last summer, I'm telling you here on this channel that, you know, when the stock went to 178, 200, 250, I was seeing so much value into Tesla, and obviously then, you know, the highest highs with 968 was just a dream. Now this is over. This is over with the latest news around the world. If you didn't heard about it, we are very close to a zombie apocalypse, or however they call it. So however, it's something temporary on the long term, but currently it's a huge disaster for all of us investors, and of course all people that are affected healthily wise. Now I want to dive into Tesla stock today because it's such a superstar that went to one of the biggest losers on Wall Street right now. I think beside airlines, hotel business, and other retail business that are affected the most through this crash and crisis, Tesla is one of the stocks that lost a lot. And I have 3 big reasons why this happened and what we should do next, and therefore let's dive into it. So first we need to understand, if we are looking back to, let's say, summer of 2019, let's say around June, May. Let's say we start here in June, all right? So if we are looking at the huge gain of Tesla, we were at 322.5%. This is incredible. This is something that I have barely seen ever in some stocks on the Wall Street, and in this short time specifically. If we are looking into that, even me, I didn't expect you know, that we were somewhere there. My personal, if you're watching my videos, my personal stock goal for the year was actually somewhere around 750, where it was in January 2020. This was the goal for myself for the stock, for stock price in 2020. However, you know, the stock went up to 950 and then down all the way up to currently 372 as of this recording. Now this happens obviously with some stocks that are going so fast, so high, they can go obviously also during crashes and crises very fast down as well. And this is even more painful, because if a stock goes up from $100 25% up, then it's at $125, obviously. But think about the other way around. If the stock goes from 125 or 25% down, it's not back at 100, it's down at 93 something. So as you can see, downturns are more effectively on the stock, and therefore, this is reason number one. Reason number two is actually something that is affecting the production facility. Now, we have hoped that the facility in US will be as less closed as possible, but unfortunately there is, the law and the government who are forcing down companies to shut down. All the big manufacturers of cars are actually going to close their facilities, which is good, guys. I'm a supporter of the total lockdown because this will help the fight against this invisible enemy that we are all fighting currently. However, I want to emphasize that this is major affecting the numbers of Tesla as well as other companies. So we will have a disaster quarter 1 and 2 and maybe 3 before things get better. This is my personal opinion. Maybe you think different, maybe you think it will take longer or shorter. However, I don't see any light at the stock tunnel right now, and therefore number 3 point will be what I'm personally doing. So therefore, number 2 is the direct effect on the production facility, and also the government and people around it are emphasizing, and Elon Musk tweeted by himself that they will be using these facilities to support the government wherever it might need, which is, I think, a great move by all the humans out there, and therefore let's stay together and stay safe. So let's dive into what I'm doing currently. Personally, myself, I started to sell a couple of stocks on the way down because I just saw that this is something that is currently longer lasting that we can estimate, and there's still a lot of question marks about things like a vaccine, about shutdown, how the real numbers in US look like, and therefore there's so much uncertainty. And I saw this coming. Tesla went so much down, therefore on the way down I was selling, and therefore I can with this cash money obviously look from the sidelines and reinvest into Tesla once I believe everything it's more calmed down. And at the end of the day, what I will have, if I have a cash pile and I reinvest into the Tesla stock, then I will have, let's say you had 10 stocks and then you have money, but the Tesla stock is going down, and you can buy 15 shares. And on the long term, I believe Tesla will be one of the biggest companies in the world still, even with this temporary shock for all the economy and companies. I think Tesla will be one of the biggest companies in the world, and therefore I believe that this will be something pretty nice, because if you think about it, if you had 10 Tesla stocks and now you have 15, that's about just nominal on stock count, you have 15 pieces of this company instead of 10, and with long-term growth, this will be more worth than you had ever before, and you increased your portfolio by 50% and did something nice out of the crisis. So let's see how the things develop. And last but not least, I want to say something general, what will apply also to Tesla. Now, if we are thinking about the most experienced and best stock picker and investor out there, it's clear it's Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett, interestingly, was very carefully watching the financial crisis 2008. And what happened was actually that he, in October, I think it was on the 16th or 17th, on the New York Times, said a very interesting statement. He said, buy America. Buy America, because also this is temporary and you can buy America on a big discount, and do this right now and you will be happy long term. And actually it was pretty good, because if you're looking into the chart of 2018, the S&P 500, the crisis started somewhere around March, April and May, where it went way down. And then if you can see, the moment when Warren Buffett bought in October 2018 was almost perfect because it went down a little bit more and then it went up into 2019, and just a year later he had already 16% profit. And if you're looking back, it was about from March till October are about 7 months. 7 months he was waiting before saying, hey, I'm buying heavily America right now. So think about it. If the overall situation started somewhere in January 2020, we are having maybe until June, July, August when things get more clear. And this is just looking in the past on having a picture on the future, but still, you know, this is nothing that we had before. Therefore, be careful, be safe, stay at home if possible. And, you know, if you lost some money on the stock market right now, live with it. This is something normal. This is something that you should be happy about, because something like this, so big opportunities just happen every 10 years, and you must be super happy that you are now on the stock market and can buy, because this crisis will be ending in a couple of months, and in a year or two we will be here, you with me, if you subscribed, and watching and laughing about which prices we could get again on Tesla.